of those in one session, and I'll move on to incline, for example. Depending on the day, I'll usually do about eight exercises for each body part before I kind of finish it off with arms. So about 10 exercises total, which is quite a lot of volume. Definitely wouldn't recommend if you're just starting out, but if you really want to maximize your growth and your intensity, that's something you can work your way up to, not just kind of going into it immediately. I didn't go into it immediately. And it's just another set you've got here, nice and kind of controlled, and then up, and then just kind of offload it. I remember looking at this weight many years ago and thinking, how the hell can anyone push that? But as with anything, practice makes perfect, and this definitely didn't happen overnight. The biggest contributors to me being able to push this weight are very simply, I'd love to say that I'm just naturally strong, and to an extent I am, but that wouldn't be the story. That definitely wouldn't be the full story. The full story is I've been training for many, many years. This is about 10 years in. So what you're looking at now is the finished product. Don't look at this and think, God, how the hell can he do that? You can do this too if you put in 10 years of hard work. And I'm talking about solid, at least 5 times a week's worth of consistent training. Consistent, not 1 year and then 6 months off. I'm talking about 10 years of consistent, never. The most that I've probably had off is about 5 to 6 days of, in fact, I didn't even have that. I'm just thinking, on a trip to Turkey recently, I took about 4 or 5 days off where I did zero training, and I just couldn't handle it anymore. I had to get a gym membership. At the time, they only had like a 1 month as a minimum, and I only needed it for like a day or two. But I said, you know what, screw it, I'm gonna take it out. Because I just couldn't bear not to train. You get to that point where your body's just so used to it, where it's actually harder to stop than keep going. So keeping on going. So when I say 10 years, I'm talking about 10 years non-stop of training. And there's no reason why you can't reach that if you've got the training and you're eating and you're consistent. Listen, there were some days where I'd go in and I'd just be, I can't push anything, but you still persevere. And even if it was a crap workout, you still had a workout in. That's the first thing. It's just pure consistency and time. Yeah, and that's not something that you can speed up. Of course you can. If you go and take steroids, if you go and take that kind of thing, of course you can speed that up. Depending on what you're taking, you could probably go and speed this up to 3 years, 4 years in, but still, you're not going to get this in very, very quickly. The other thing as well is just your body weight. So I started out my training journey at 70 kilos, which is pretty standard. And now I'm at 90 kilos. That's 20 kilos. And as you can see, I've got quite a bit of mass. It's not dirty mass, but it is quite a bit of mass. And I'm not as lean as I could be. And I'm absolutely fine with that. I'm not really looking to try and kind of get too lean, because if I'm honest with you, I love eating. And I don't want to restrict myself where I'm kind of counting calories, etc. But at the same time, I've been doing this for a while where I know what's good and what's not good. So make sure you're eating and make sure you're training hard, and you'll get there.